Welcome back to the Branson Show Awards, the Winner's Circle. And Mike, we're honored today to have as our special guest, the recording artist Stevie Lee Woods.
Yes.
From the I get Nashville and Nashville Roadhouse.
Nashville.
Thank you. Roadhouse Theater. So,
Not like the National Bank.
no, not at the National Bank. So, take it away.
You grew up in what, Virginia?
That's where I'm from.
You're from Virginia?
Right.
A little town, big
A little bitty town in Virginia, like population 5,000. Actually, it was 5,600, about like Branson was at some point in time. But we have one red light.
Okay.
And we're up to about 3 red lights now, I think.
Ooh.
Whoa.
So we've
Progress,
hit the big-
progress.
That only happened when we got to Super Walmart.
Oh, okay.
We got Super
Yeah.
Walmart, everybody came in. We even have a Bob Evans. We've got a Bob Evans now. It's not really in town, it's on the highway, so you don't have to stop at Bluefield any. You just go by and get off the exit ramp, and there it is. Walmart, Bob Evans, AutoZone,
Okay.
big and small
Big
lights.
time.
Yeah, Sam's Club. Sam's Club's right there too.
Whoa,
So
okay.
yeah, it's a big time town, y'all. It's Bluefield, Virginia. For all you friends, folks, family, and everybody in Bluefield, Virginia, come on down to Branson. Starts with a B as well. Come on.
Well, that's good. Well, how did you get started? Did you in high school or before?
I've been playing, the first time, I can remember the first time, and this sounds very cliche, but it's true. I started singing in church. And I remember my first memory of singing in church was, I think I was about 4 years old. And they had me sing Jesus Wants Me for a Sunbeam.
Oh, I remember that song.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
And I did that in front of the full congregation, and I was digging it. I liked it. I was like, woo, they like what I'm doing. So it was fun, and it was cute. But my dad played for Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, and played on some records with ABC Records and Eddie Arnold and whatnot. And so I've been around music my whole life. My family played music, everybody except my mom.
Oh, she
No, she could barely play the radio, but she loved it.
did she try to keep everyone intact then, or was she the?
Oh no, she was the glue because she passed away when I was young. But it's she was like, yeah, she was really into seeing her boys all playing music and with their dad. It was kind of cool.
So how many brothers and sisters did you have then?
I've got 2 full brothers and 1, 2, 3,
Oh.
4. 1 sister and 1, 2, 3 half brothers.
Okay, it's a big family.
Yeah, we don't see each other much, but
They're probably all spread out like.
yeah, it's like every family, I guess. As time, as you grow older, you start dissipating and getting away from the nest, so to speak, and doing your own thing, raising your kids, having a life. And our extent of now, it's really kind of sad because our extent of, we visit some of the family, we go to Tennessee and stuff and see them, but the other parts of the family, it's like Merry Christmas,
Oh, yes, yeah.
Happy Easter,
Yeah, that's true.
Happy Birthday.
Yeah, the core of the family at times have changed, like you said, is the girl. And otherwise, it was always at home in grandma's house, and everyone was there.
Well, we spent every Christmas, my entire family came over to my mom and dad's house. So all the cousins and kids and all the neighbors' kids, everybody was at that house. And that was forever. And and Thanksgiving and all those things like that. So
Yeah, well, that's great. So, you said you started out music very, very young. After high school, did you continue to your band, or how did your career progress?
I played in the family band, and the family band, we were the #1 band in the tri-state area for Virginia, West Virginia, and Tennessee areas.
And what was the name of it?
The Midnight Ramblers.
Oh.
And we were booked like a year and 2 years in advance.
Wow, okay.
So we were booked up, and we moved to Florida, all of us, and we kept the band going, and we started playing everywhere, and we started winning all these awards for the state awards for the band as the Midnight Ramblers, playing everywhere. So we've been around doing it a long time.
And so, were your brothers and sisters in the band too, or?
My brothers were, and my dad.
Okay.
So we had, let's see, all my brothers and my brother Greg, which you guys know and produces this show. He was running the lights and the sound and all that stuff. So in that production mode, even back then. So it's been an interesting. It's been a great ride. We've had a lot of fun. And then I got in 1993. I got signed to my first record deal, and things changed. You know, the hardest thing I ever did in my life, and this is true story. One of the hardest things I should say, is when they told me that I could not bring my band with me when they signed me to the record deal. They said you can't bring your band, and they said they would influence you, have too much influence over you, and we want to direct your career. Ooh. So I was like, ooh. And telling my family, I mean, I can remember all of us in tears. I remember that really well. My dad was like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, so you gotta do you. And so that was cool. It was probably the hardest thing.
Oh yeah. So what was the first song that they signed you to? Your record.
Is There Anything Left is the first song that we had, let me see, on that album, I had Any Old Stretch of Blacktop, which got a lot of radio airplay. He got that from me, got a lot of radio airplay. I remember seeing Sybil Shepherd. We did a remake of a song. We did a song called Red Hot. And our rendition of Red Hot, Sybil Shepherd was singing it on television, and it was doing really well on radio at that point in time. And then they released Is There Anything Left? And it did real well. We pushed that, or they pushed that song all the way up the charts. That's cool.
Okay, great.
So what was your reaction when you found out you got your first #1 hit?
I don't know. I had my brother Greg in the magazine. I was looking at the magazine with all the charts, and when it was like #1, and I told my brother, I said, look at that. Look at it. You see that right there? You see that? He said, yeah, I see it. He said, that's cool. I said, look again. You see that right there? You see? And he's like, yeah, it's really cool. So it was cool. It was like a little, I guess surreal is the word, but it opened so many things. You know, at first, it got me signed right then and then to an agency that was owned at the time by Barbara Mandrell called World Class Talent in Nashville, Tennessee. And from there, I started doing bookings for or through Buddy Lee Attractions, William Morris Agency, the one that was Opry Land Entertainment. I can't remember all of them, but it opened up a lot of doors, and it put me overseas. When I went overseas while they were working on the record with Merle Haggard, Freddie Fender, and all these guys, and I got to know those guys pretty well. I mean, I can tell you stories. When we went to, the first time we were in Scotland with Freddie Fender and his group, I gotta tell this, I'm gonna tell this to my brother. Right? We went to Scotland, and they had stage call was 7 in the morning. It was really breakfast. They would have the bus pick us up, take us to breakfast, then we'd have to go and do sound checks and all these things. And getting ready, because they were having the big concert that night, but they were also televising it, so they make you run through it. They do makeup and costuming and all this stuff. Anyway, I knew the bus was coming, and so I got ready, and I was sitting there waiting for my brother. The bus pulls up, my brother's in the bathroom, and he's still in the bathroom, and the bus is beeping, he's still in the bathroom, the bus is beeping, he's still in the bathroom. Finally, about 40 minutes later, he comes out of the bathroom, the bus is still waiting, and I said, what is up, man? What is up? What took you? So the bus has been waiting. We've all been waiting for 40 minutes. And he said, I couldn't figure out how to flush the toilet. It had a chain from the roof to the ceiling that you had to pull out. So that was funny, man. That was funny.
That was good. Well, just hold that thought and we'll be right back. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back with Stevie Lee Woods. welcome back again and with our special guest, Stevie Lee Woods. You have more questions for him?
Plenty.
All right.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
watch
go.
out.
Now that we've started going through your career, what is your most memorable performance so far?
Most memorable. You know what? I've played a lot of big venues. I've played everything from the Astrodome. I played a lot of big venues. USF Sundome, Astrodome, Houston, a lot of them. Soldiers Field. I played a lot of things, but probably the most memorable was when I did my first talent buy in Nashville, Tennessee, and they had me do that in the large room of SIR Studios in Nashville at the old building. There's a new SIR. I guess the old one's still there too, I'm not sure, but downstairs in C room. And they had, I don't know, we had probably 300 people there, and they had all these people out there just to book talent, and a lot of celebrities from Nashville were there at that show. And my dad was there. And when I asked my dad to come up and play on a song out of the blue, and it was like tears and waterworks and all that. So that's probably one of the most memorable things I've ever done. Along with when I did the Grand Ole Opry. I think the Grand Ole Opry, we were there, and my brother, I was all excited about doing Opry backstage. And I did that, and we were back there, and they were walking through. My brother was not even interested in any of that stuff at all. He was more interested in seeing Grandpa Jones and Minnie Pearl and all those people back there. He was like killing it. And I can tell you one more thing. I'll tell you, this is funny. My brother was there watching me finally, and he was standing next to this guy that wasn't wearing his cowboy hat at the moment. And he's standing there and just talking back and forth to this guy. And he looks at the guy and he said, "Did anyone ever tell you look a lot like Ricky Van Shelton?" And I said, "Dude, I am Ricky Van Shelton."
Well, that's good.
Well, it looks like it.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
I know I've met a few people here in town, different performers, and sometimes I've seen them with a baseball cap on or what, and I don't recognize them because they aren't in their costumes, or you want to say.
That was you see them on stage, right?
Yes, and then I can see that. Is there something that has happened on stage that you kind of lost control for a second that was funny, and then had to compose yourself, like women throwing things up on the stage, or?
Oh, I got a real good one. You know, and yes, that's not happened. But I have one that was really, to me, it was funny. To the person in the audience, probably not so much. And I've had all my teeth. Then I had them all capped, so they're all capped. Anyway. Long story short, I was on stage and I was singing. I hit this really high note, and I've never professed to be the best singer in the world or anything. I just have a lot of fun at what I do. But and I hit this high note, and my cap flew off and flew out into the first row. And for those of you that entertain are into lights, and you know you can't see pretty much past first row, and I saw that. I didn't see the tooth, but I saw this lady reach up to her head, like something hit her head. I knew it was my tooth just beating her right out. Bing! And there. So that was pretty interesting.
Well, that was a souvenir.
That was definitely one. And I was laughing, but I had to hide my face the whole time after that with the mic because I was missing that front tooth. But that was funny. I've gone on stage. I was in front of, and this happened in a big crowd. We were playing in front of, 50,000 people, I guess. And the song Red Hot, which I was talking about a moment ago. I just watched Sybil Shepherd and all that the night before. We had to go out, we were opening with Red Hot, and my band was out there, and they're vamping the one, they're just hanging on the one, and they're playing it. And I couldn't remember the words, none of them. I couldn't remember nothing. And I had David Tillis, who's now passed away, was playing keyboards for us. And I walked by him first and I said, "Hey man, give me the first word." And he said, "It's your song, I don't know." So I went to each guy, and nonchalantly I was trying to make this look cool, but it was getting to the point where, even though it might have been 15 seconds, maybe 20 seconds, to me it seemed like an eternity. And so I'm going around, and finally the words clicked in my head, but none of those guys that were working for me knew a single word of that song.
But they're going to play it.
They're going to play it, but they didn't know the
That's what
words.
they need to do.
Yeah. good. You got some.
So, didn't you just release a new single?
Yeah, I did. I got a brand new single. Well, first of all, let me tell you about the last year. Was it last year or the year before? I don't remember now. 2022, so 3 years now. You know all about Something About the Way You Look Tonight. Did really well for us. And through Universal Music Group and all that, we put together the song and the video with the help of Stuart Epps and Clive Franks and those people that are all producers for Elton John, and with the help of Elton John himself. We released this song and did our version of it, and it won us the 2022 Video of the Year Telly Award, video for worldwide, which is way cool. And thank you folks for that, we really appreciate it. But yeah, we're just released a song called Where I Find God. And that song is near and dear to mine and Devin's and Rich's heart. It was originally released by Larry Fleet about 7 years ago, I guess. And we got the permissions and the ask to go ahead and re-record it, and we did. And it's a little more gospel, and not as much Americana, but more gospel. I guess it would go both charts. So we'll see what it does, but the songs, we want you to watch for the song and watch for the video. It's going to be super cool, and we're really proud of that work.
Oh, great. Well, I know you said you traveled around a great deal.
Yes, sir.
You came to Branson. Well, how did you pick Branson and not Vegas?
Branson kind of picked us. I mean, I have other businesses other than just music, and so I had a big office here in Branson. Well, a pretty big office. It's probably 30 people that work there.
Oh, well, that's...
So for Branson, that's a pretty big office. Yeah. And I was coming here to shut that office down because it was losing me money. And so I came here, and my brother and I got here, and we liked the town. And so bought a house and finished the house out on the lake, and been here ever since. And that was 2005. And I've been all over the place.
You owned the Majestic. What did you do at the Majestic? Was it just your singing, or what did you do there?
No, we had the restaurant and everything. We did have the Majestic for about 4 or 5 years, 5 years. And I gotta tell you, I mean, that was not a fun experience. It was like the ultimate money pit.
That was your first experience getting into theaters?
Here in Branson.
Okay.
But we weren't doing it, we weren't performing there.
Okay.
Not at all. We only performed in Branson down at the Landing Center stage, and that was once a year. And it would be friends I would bring in. It would be me and T. Graham Brown or Billy Dean or Bailey and the Boys or whomever. And we'd come down once a year and do a show center stage there. We never did perform at our own place. We just didn't do it. And we were on the road and stuff. But we had Jake Simpson performed there, the guy rock and roll that he was on America's Got Talent, but You Can Be a Star or whatever. And he's great. But we did, let's see, we never had anything, I was just trying to think, we never had anything that we did in Majestic. We had great food, we had a whole lot of stuff, but the overhead was killer.
Yeah.
And there was always something going wrong. We were always losing inventory out the back door. It was just, we couldn't keep it. And we were having 2 big semi-trucks of stuff delivered every week, and it was all going out the back door. So,
okay.
It was a rough ride, y'all.
Well, then you bought a theater finally, and how do you like running theaters? Because you had the Star. Well, I don't think you owned the Star, but you were leasing the Star.
We had a master lease on the Star,
okay.
And that was interesting. I won't go into a whole lot about that, but it's like it was it was very difficult to pull people down in the bottom there. And we finally started getting to the point where we were drawing 220, 250 there at the end of relocating to our new location at formerly the Pierce Arrow, now the Nashville Roadhouse Theater. But it was interesting down there. And we had a lot of great shows, a lot of great fun. We had not all of my friends, but many of my friends from Nashville came in there to perform. I had Aaron Tippin and T. Graham and Colin Ray and a whole bunch. I can't remember everybody.
Confederate Railroad.
Confederate Railroad a bunch. I can't remember everybody, but just a bunch of them.
Yeah. And then you have your current theater now.
Yeah, the current theater, I'm digging it, I like it. We have, of course, my show on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 8 p.m. And y'all need to come check it out, it's really cool. We've got, in my opinion, the best band in Branson. I mean, I know everybody says that about their band, but they are really good. They back up not only myself, but all the artists that we have coming in town. And they do it with no effort, it's just easy for them. Every genre of music, they're working it. Plus we have 2 other shows. We have a Garth tribute, and we have Sade Shine, Queens of Soul, so it's pretty cool stuff.
Okay, so that keeps you busy. I had another question, but it just kind of zip. You think of, well, I gather my thoughts again.
It'll come to them.
It'll come to
It takes a minute, they'll get it.
Go ahead.
So, besides performing here in the theater, you also have your own TV show.
I do have a TV show, and it's pretty cool, you know. I know y'all know this, but we're now into 240 million homes in the United States, and we were picked up by Telemundo and the BBC. So we are aired in, it doesn't mean everybody turns on that channel, but we're in over 500 million homes. So that's pretty cool stuff. If we could just get several of you to turn on the TV, it'd be great. You know, all kidding aside, we have gotten Nielsen rated, so we're a Nielsen rated show, so that's kind of cool.
Okay. Well, let me take a break so I can take on my question again for you when we come back. So don't go away. We'll be right back with Stevie Lee Woods.
Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll. Stevie Lee Woods has worked alongside countless country artists and created classics of his own with the Grammy Award-winning NRL Band. Nashville Roadhouse Live has the star power that leaves our Branson crowds wanting more. Stevie Lee Woods brings you the top country and classic rock and roll. Voted best in Branson 6 years in a row, located on the Shepherd of the Hills Expressway, NashvilleRoadhouse.com.
Welcome back to the Winner's Circle. We're here with Stevie Lee Woods, and I do have my question. I remembered what it was going to be. What is something about you that people would be surprised to learn? For example, you do zip lining, you go water skiing, you know,
No pole dancing.
No pole dancing.
I don't pole dance.
Okay.
I dance, but poles are out of the question. Let's see, something people wouldn't realize about me. Well, I am into banking and finance.
Okay.
They wouldn't think that of a country music guy.
No.
Now that
Rock
takes
and
up
roll
most
here.
of your time, doesn't it?
Takes up a lot of my time. But it's well needed in this business, trust me. But we do that, and I do. Not recently, but you want to go water skiing sometime? Let's go water skiing.
I haven't watered ski since I was probably 15 years old. And that's going to be...
Better late than never. Let's go.
I remember. But you like to water ski?
Then
Yeah,
at that time they just used 2 tree branches and you...
Oh no, I'm way past that time. He just jumped out 2 logs of wings.
Okay, well, I might take you up on that. I do like...
Well, zip lining. Have you ever zip lined?
Yes, I have.
You like it?
I love it.
Well, then let's go zip lining.
The first time...
Let's tape a podcast going zip lining.
Okay. I'm
We'll
up for
take
that.
let's do the Branson Show Awards
Zip lining.
around Branson.
Okay. Our friend Michael is not a real...
They don't leave the ground.
He doesn't like the ground. No, he doesn't like leaving the ground. He doesn't like big long bridges either. He doesn't.
No.
If you get a big bridge, he'll stop at the start of the bridge. He'll switch places and he'll drive across and then jump back again.
Oh, now you told this secret. Oh,
That's all right.
That's okay.
He told me he doesn't like being off the ground.
Yeah.
When you're on a bridge, you're off the ground.
Yeah. But
I can fly though.
You don't mind flying?
No,
No, it's not...
It's kind of weird.
I know, but I can't even get on the roof of the house.
So we'll have to...
You don't like getting on the roof at all?
No.
I don't care for it much either myself.
When he had the condo, I barely went out on the balcony.
Yeah, he wouldn't
Because
go
it
to
was
the
on the
balcony
fourth-
for a long
It
time.
was on the 4th floor. I
I
just
mean,
go peek over the edge.
We had the railing, you could sit, we had chairs. He wouldn't even sit in the chair to go near them.
No.
It took him a long time, he just didn't like heights. But
Some people are like that. And I mean, I love roller coasters. I love the whole deal. I love it, man. And you know, my brother and I, we drove around the United States. We were like roller coaster enthusiasts, and we drove around the entire United States. And we went to a couple in Europe too, that just to challenge, tame that beast, tame those roller coasters. Man, we went on. Yeah.
Not me.
Do you have anything new and exciting that's coming up now that you?
Well, we have.
That you could tell us.
Well, the show continues on. We're filming again, starting that, filming up real soon. And the record you already mentioned. I have a lot of big special guests this fall. Going to take stage with me, and I can't tell you who they are yet, but I can tell you that every one of you at home will know every name. So it's going to be extremely fun.
Oh, well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then I have that really big announcement I've been teasing everybody with on Facebook.
Okay.
And the names to be released are part of that big announcement. You're going to be surprised. It's going to be fun.
Oh, for the fall. Okay.
And then you have the big Easter event, or you had the
Mother's,
big Easter
you
event.
had the big Easter event.
The
here.
big Easter event went over really well. We did well. That was so much fun. We gave the Easter Bunny was here. We had all kinds of things. We were just praising God and celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ. But and then we gave all the kids got candy and.
Jim got a bag of
Did you?
candy.
I did get a little. I snuck it from some little kid. Wasn't I took his.
You took a little kid's bag
I'm
of
sorry.
candy.
I'll confess on film. Yes, and I enjoyed the candy. Thank
Did
you
you
very much.
enjoy it?
Yes.
That's good. You probably like the Reese eggs.
Yes. Yes.
And then you had the big Mother's Day
You
show.
got Mother's Day's coming up.
The Mother's Day thing is coming up Saturday, and that is all moms. Moms, you are free, and every one of your guests are just $10. No matter how many you have. You have 20 with you, you have 100 with you, it doesn't matter. They're $10. The first 50 moms are getting a rose. And
Steal no roses.
Huh?
Okay, I'll try not to
Tell them
steal.
don't steal no
you
roses.
can't steal roses
Oh.
too.
All right.
Stealing candy and roses. What's up with that? And then there's going to be 4 moms that will win the Mother's Day surprise. So we're going to take those by just randomly draw.
Okay.
4 different moms.
Okay.
So that's going to be cool. So make sure you're here. That's Saturday night, 8 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun.
If you could perform with one performer, who would that be?
Let's see, who haven't I performed with?
Oh,
Well,
wow.
you performed with quite a few
A lot.
big stars,
A lot
so.
of them. I'm trying to think who haven't I performed with. I don't know. That would be a difficult
Okay,
one for
that
me
would-
to say because I've.
I don't want to single out.
That's
this
one they
one
stumped me on that one because I don't know. I've worked with so many folks, y'all, over the years, and either directly, not just indirectly, but directly, and on stage where maybe we close the whole segment where we're doing something together. I don't know. I've opened shows for so many people that wasn't performing with them. So I tell you, I'd like to do a song because we're both high energy. Is do a song with Garth Brooks. That would be fun.
Ooh.
That'd be fun to get out there and run around the
Well.
stage with him and do our thing. You know.
Well, Garth, now you know he's.
Come on, Garth, let's
Now,
do
Garth,
this.
Let's do it with Stevie Lee Woods and have a big performance.
That'd
Maybe
be
at
fun.
your theater, we could get him to come here.
You're welcome anytime. You're not far. You're over in Oklahoma. You know where Branson is. So
well.
come on down.
And Blake could come too.
Blake can come on down. Yeah, come on, Blake. You know you're right over there too. Yeah.
If you weren't in entertainment, what do you think you'd be doing? Your financial or?
Probably finance stuff.
Finance.
But I've been doing, I don't know anything other than, I mean, I know the finance stuff. I was actually one of the youngest branch administrators and stockbrokers in A.G. Edwards back in the day. So that's the finance side of me. But the, I don't know, probably just finance.
Well, good. After we do and sign off today, I'll talk to you more about finances and maybe you can give me some good tips on the stock and where I should.
Don't
invest
take my
it.
tips.
Oh Lord, okay. You won't be doing that. Well,
I can hook you up with a loan, but don't take my tips.
I just paid off my condo. I sold that condo. So anyhow, but we'd like to thank you very much for joining us today on the Winner's Circle here, and thank you for coming and for all you do in Branson and helping people.
Well, it's my goal to be able to try and help as many as I can here in Branson. I mean, I don't know if you know this. I'm sure you guys do know this, but every year during the holiday season especially, we're always giving and donating to different causes here in Branson. But during the holiday season, we try to pick up 5 different families. We ask the churches to pick up 5 families, and we send Christmas dinner to those families anonymously. And we send Santa Claus over to deliver it.
Oh.
And if they have kids, we try to deliver toys and things just to try and give something back. Because you guys have all been good to all of us and everybody here in Branson. And without you, none of us here are anything. And it's more than just about that. It's about people in general. I mean, you got to be good and kind to each other, and help everybody where you can, because you never know when you might be that one in need.
Yeah. Well, we thank you very much, and stay tuned for our next guest at the Winner's Circle with the Branson Show Awards. And remember, we are a 501c3 company. See you the next time.
Thank y'all.